It is January 19th, 2026, and we're tracking a cold front that should increase the chance for showers across the entirety of the island chain. Hey everybody, meteorologist Drew Davis alongside with you. We've got a no-hype weather forecast video for you today, like we do every weekday on this YouTube channel. Let's just get right into it and show you what's going on outside the window. I've got to be completely and upfront and honest with you guys. There is a lot of uncertainty with this forecast going on this week. Models are all over the place with this front that's going to be moving in, where it's going to be lining up. Let's break it all down. I want to start out by taking a look at our first alert radar and satellite. It's been mostly sunny across the island chain today. Very nice out there. Lots of sunshine, a few sprinkles, but let's just move out to the northeast. You can see this very defined front off to the northwest of us. This front is going to be slowly making its way closer to the island chain as we go into late Tuesday night and throughout Wednesday. Where it stalls is where the most moisture will fall. And let's just get right into it because, again, there's a lot of uncertainty with this forecast. Right now, we're seeing weak southeasterly winds. That's leading to warmer weather and more humid weather. We're not really seeing the cold nights, kind of like what we were seeing last week. And with these southeasterly winds, we are going to be seeing more haze and fog in the skies, is bringing a lot of the fog from Hawaii Island across the rest of the island chain. And of course, the story is that weak front is going to be moving in midweek. The only alert that we have up from the National Weather Service right now is a small craft advisory for all coastal waters off of Maui County and Hawaii Island. East winds between 15 to 25 knots, seas between 6 to 9 feet. And that'll be up until 6 a.m. on Tuesday. Winds are going to be getting even weaker, so it'll get less choppy out there. I want to break down the big picture, the overall weather pattern here. One of the reasons we're seeing these southeasterly winds is because of this high pressure system that's off to the northeast. Again, air rotates around high pressure clockwise, so it kind of follows these lines, these isobars right here. So we've got overall pretty weak southeasterly winds. Those are flowing up further to our north. And then we're watching that storm system that's off to the northwest of us that's going to be getting closer to us, bringing in a very weak front by the time we get into late Tuesday night. So let's just play this out as we're going forward. Again, the front is going to be stalling over part of the island chain as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, and really just hanging around there. You can see this kind of break in the high pressure just to the north of us. We've got high pressure off to the northeast and high pressure off to the northwest. Typically, we have a very strong high pressure system to our north, giving us those breezy trade winds that we're always talking about. But this front kind of sticks around as we're going into Wednesday and Thursday. You can see the break in the pressure, the lower pressure off to the north of us, and this is going to continue to bring a chance for moisture. We're seeing a lot of moisture being introduced in the atmosphere right now because of those southeasterly winds I was talking about, bringing up the humidity, and that front is also going to bring in some showers. So we could be seeing some rain throughout the rest of this week, relatively scattered. And I want to just show you that this is going to continue really into the back half of this week. Another system could bring a front going into this weekend. That's as we're going into Sunday and Monday. But I don't want to put too much stock into that because that's pretty far out in the weather models. Our mid-level flow moving up a little bit higher in the atmosphere. Let's just pay attention to what's going on off towards our northwest. We've kind of got ridging over us at the mid-levels right now, giving us these sunny skies that we've been talking about. Then we're watching this trough at the mid-levels. It's going to dip down closer to us late Tuesday, helping develop that system, that cold front, and then kind of just hang there. That's really the case as we go into Wednesday and Thursday. This is also happening at the upper levels. We're seeing a cutoff low at the upper levels, just hanging off towards our north, and it doesn't happen until this weekend where we start to see at least another system moving in. So we've got another trough that's out there going into Sunday and Monday. Like I said, this is also happening at the upper levels. We've got kind of weak ridging over us right now, and then we've got this trough that's off to the northwest of us that's going to get cut off from the jet stream flow. You can kind of see it getting cut off right there. It's going to hang off towards the northwest of us throughout Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, helping continue bring chances for showers and also help develop that cold front out there. It starts to move off away from us as we're going into Thursday and Friday, and then potentially another chance for showers. Really not seeing as good of a chance for showers as we're going into Sunday and Monday with this next trough because it stays much further north of us. And you can see why I'm not really super excited about this next front, besides the one that's going to be moving in the middle of this week, because it kind of stays to the north of us. The real weather maker this week is going to be this front that's off to the northwest of us. Again, coming in late Tuesday night, very weak winds across the island chain going into Tuesday. Overall southeasterly flow getting pulled up towards the front, towards our north, and then it moves in late Tuesday night for Kauai. Could stall over Oahu Wednesday, falls apart, and then the moisture just associated with it kind of just hangs around the island chain. This is the European weather model, which is a little bit more bullish, a little bit more aggressive on how much moisture is going to hang around us as we're going into Thursday and Friday. You see just scattered showers hanging around throughout Friday, Saturday. There's that next front that I was talking about, kind of stays off to the north. That's going to change, but just giving you a heads up that another one is forming in the weather models. Let's take a look at the local view for our European weather model forecast. Again, very light southeasterly winds. Again, most of the winds are going to be blocked by the big island for the smaller islands, so lighter winds allowing developing sea breezes in the afternoon. That's just when air is rushing in from the ocean from all directions on the island in the afternoon because of differences in heating over the water and differences in heating over the land. So pop-up afternoon showers possible tomorrow. Best chance for moisture tomorrow morning, probably over windward Maui, and also parts of Hawaii Island as we're going into the afternoon. This is kind of those sea breeze showers that we're talking about. Those are going to be relatively scattered. Then we're watching that front moving in late Tuesday night, relatively scattered. It really depends on where this front is going to stall out. It gets to Oahu as we're going into Wednesday morning, then kind of falls apart going further eastward. And the moisture associated with it kind of just sticks around. Because of the uncertainty on where exactly this front is going to set up, it's really hard to say where exactly the rain is going to fall. Again, there is so much uncertainty in this forecast. The National Weather Service, in their discussion today, said that the forecast is as clear as mud. So it's stumping a lot of meteorologists across the island chain. But again, we are pretty certain that this front's going to move down. Where exactly it stalls is going to be key to where it gets the most rainfall. I mean, it could stall over a channel and most of us miss out on the rainfall, but still a lot of moisture hanging around. Scattered showers continue into Saturday and Sunday. It's just a mess of a forecast, and we're going to continue fine-tuning the details over the next couple of days. Here's the GFS. Pop-up afternoon showers possible Tuesday because of the lighter winds. Then the front starts to move down. Like I said, the European weather model is a little bit more bullish, bringing more heavier rainfall, scattered showers, less of a chance for rainfall in the American, and scattered showers continue. You can kind of see where that frontal boundary hangs out as we're going into Thursday. Scattered showers out there, and not as much of a chance for rainfall going into this weekend, but you kind of see the front hanging around the central half of the state and lingering moisture out there. So we're still watching this very closely to see how it evolves. We're really just trying to figure out where this front is going to stall over the next couple of days. Hey, let's take a look at the rainfall totals as well from yesterday. Again, this is from our partners at the Hawaii Climate Data Portal at the University of Hawaii at Manoa and the Hawaii Mesonet. Really not much rainfall yesterday. I'm just showing you this because we show it every day. If anything, a few sprinkles out there, but we were mostly dry. You can see a slightly greener gradient over Mount Waialeale on Kauai, but overall pretty dry. Let's take a look at the rainfall accumulation. Again, I'm going to show you this with the caveat that there's so much uncertainty with this next front. We just know that it's moving down. Looks like it's going to stall over Oahu and then just kind of hang out around the central portions of the island chain, but that could change by the time we get to tomorrow. Notice not a ton of rainfall, maybe half an inch to an inch in some spots over the western half of the state. Maui County and Hawaii Island looking like they miss out in the European weather model. Then scattered showers persist, giving us a better chance for rainfall going into Friday and Saturday. Overall, it's going to be a wet week and kind of humid out there and cloudy. Our temperature Futurecast. I know a lot of you guys were really enjoying the cooler weather we were having. Man, it's not going to be sticking around with those southeasterly winds introducing warmer, more humid air into the air mass over us. It's going to be getting back up into the 80s for tomorrow afternoon, and also lows in the upper 60s, not really getting as cold as it was. And then Wednesday, after the front moves through, we might be seeing a little bit cooler weather, but it doesn't seem like as much of a, like the air mass to our north isn't going to be as cold as the one that moved in last week. So it still will be pretty warm out there in spots. Here's our southeasterly winds. This is what's providing a lot of that moisture, a lot of that instability into the atmosphere. 16 mile per hour southeasterlies in Honolulu, 10 miles per hour over in Hilo. Still variable enough to where we're seeing northeasterlies over in Kahului out there. And these are going to get to be a little bit weaker as we're going into Tuesday. So let's just take a look at that. More variable overnight. Still southeasterly flow going into Tuesday afternoon. Starting to see more southerlies, still introducing more moisture into the atmosphere. And then that front moves down, bringing more northerly winds but where the front stalls is very crucial to this forecast as well. Seems like, again, the front is going to stall over Oahu, so we see kind of brisk northerly winds out there, and that could impact probably Oahu westward, maybe some northerly winds possible for Maui County out there. Variable winds expected for Hawaii Island. And again, with these southeasterly winds, let's break down the first alert Vog forecast. You can see going forward, lots of haze in the sky, lots of Vog out there with these light and variable winds and southeasterly winds. You start to see a little bit of clearing as we're going into Wednesday, but it seems like it's going to be sticking around out there. Likely going to see slightly lowered air quality out there, and it's going to be a little bit hazy. You're going to be able to tell that it's hanging around. You'll definitely be able to notice, especially if you're sensitive to Vog. Our surf and shoreline forecast: north-facing shores around 8 to 12 feet in northwest swell due Tuesday. West-facing shores around 3 to 5. South-facing shores around 2 to 4, and still choppy out on east-facing shores. Let's take a look at that next swell that's going to be moving in. Likely going to be right at or below high surf advisory level criteria. Another reinforcing swell moves in early Wednesday morning, and then a slight boost as we're going into Friday morning on north-facing shores. And again, as that next front starts to move in, we'll be seeing another round of energy going into Saturday and Sunday. Let's run through the tide tables really quickly. High tide in Honolulu Harbor tomorrow around 5:15 a.m. Moving over to Maui, you can see high tide around 3:59 a.m., 2.5 feet above mean sea level. Hilo Bay, 2.7 feet above mean sea level for tomorrow's high tide at 4:31 a.m. And moving over to Kauai, here is a look at your tide tables for Nauwili Harbor and Port Allen. Let's run through your island by island forecast really quickly. Again, mostly sunny for Kauai, showers at night as that front starts to move in. Moving over to Oahu, partly sunny. Clouds start to build in at night. Light winds overall. Some pop-up afternoon showers are possible. Mostly sunny over Maui County. Light winds. Moving over to Maui proper. 63 in Kahului for a low. 83 in the afternoon. So a 20-degree difference over in Kahului. 65 for a low in Kihei, getting up to around 80 in the afternoon. 81 in Kailua Kona. Mostly sunny. Still pretty warm out there. Hilo around 80 in the afternoon. 64 for a low. Still pretty chilly out over parts of Hawaii Island. And calm winds over the northern portions of Hawaii Island. That's about it. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe and smash that notification bell and share this video with your friends. I'm so thankful for everybody who's been watching these videos daily. Make sure to follow me on other platforms. I do this on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I will see you tomorrow, weather permitting. This has been meteorologist Drew Davis.